to train your mind to stay positive, even when life gets tough. Introduction. Life has a way of testing us when we least expect it. One moment, everything seems to be going smoothly, and the next, challenges arise. Uncertainty, setbacks, and disappointments that shake our confidence and drain our energy. It's in these difficult moments that negativity creeps in, making obstacles seem insurmountable and turning minor struggles into overwhelming burdens. The mind, left untrained, often amplifies these difficulties, feeding self-doubt and fear. But what if you could take control? What if positivity wasn't just a passing emotion, but a trained mental state? A way of thinking that fuels resilience, strength, and an unbreakable sense of inner peace. Imagine being able to face hardships without losing hope, to navigate life's storms with clarity, and to reframe setbacks as stepping stones rather than barriers. The truth is, positivity isn't about pretending everything is perfect. It's about shifting your perspective, rewiring your thoughts, and choosing a mindset that empowers you, even in the face of adversity. It's about learning how to silence the noise of negativity, break free from self-doubt, and cultivate a mindset that allows you to thrive, no matter how difficult life gets. In The Power of Positivity, How to Train Your Mind to Stay Positive. Even when life gets tough, you'll uncover practical techniques backed by psychology and real-world experience to help you develop mental strength, emotional resilience, and an unshakable belief in yourself. You'll learn how to take charge of your thoughts, guard your energy, and embrace a life where challenges become opportunities for growth. If you've ever felt trapped by negative thinking or powerless in the face of hardship, this book will show you that you have far more control over your mindset than you realize. Positivity is not just something you feel, it's something you practice. And with the right tools, you can train your mind to stay strong, calm, and focused, no matter what life throws your way. Let's dive into the 7 powerful lessons that will reshape the way you see the world and yourself. Chapter 1. Reprogram your mind with daily positive affirmations. The way you speak to yourself shapes your reality more than you might realize. Every thought that crosses your mind, every word you say about yourself, and even the silent self-talk that plays in your head all contribute to either building a positive mindset or reinforcing a negative one. If you constantly tell yourself that you are not good enough, that you will fail, or that life is too hard, your mind will start to believe these thoughts as absolute truths. On the other hand, when you repeatedly affirm positive beliefs about yourself, your brain begins to accept them as reality, influencing your emotions, decisions, and the way you react to challenges. One of the simplest but most powerful tools for rewiring your brain for positivity is the practice of daily affirmations. Positive affirmations are statements that reinforce self-belief, confidence, and motivation. When repeated consistently, they create new neural pathways in the brain that encourage a more optimistic and resilient mindset. For example, saying phrases like, "I am capable," "I choose happiness," or "I am resilient every day," can help reprogram your subconscious mind, making these beliefs feel natural over time. This process is not about ignoring reality or pretending that everything is perfect. Instead, it is about shifting your focus towards thoughts that uplift and empower you rather than those that bring you down. Life is full of difficulties and challenges, but the way you think about them determines how you experience them. When you develop the habit of repeating positive affirmations, you create an internal dialogue that helps you navigate life with confidence and strength. A simple but effective way to incorporate affirmations into your daily routine is to start your mornings with them. The first thoughts you have after waking up set the tone for the rest of your day. By beginning your day with intentional affirmations, you immediately put yourself in a positive and motivated state of mind. You can say your affirmations out loud in front of a mirror, write them down in a journal, or even listen to recordings of affirmations while getting ready in the morning. Over time, as you consistently practice this habit, you'll begin to notice subtle but powerful changes in the way you think, feel, and act. As your mind absorbs these positive messages, your confidence grows, your ability to handle stress improves, and your overall outlook on life becomes more optimistic. Negative thoughts lose their grip on you, and you become more aware of your strengths rather than your weaknesses. When faced with challenges, instead of falling into self-doubt, you begin to remind yourself of your capabilities and resilience. The transformation doesn't happen overnight, but with persistence and belief, you will gradually shift your mindset to one that is rooted in self-empowerment and positivity. The words you tell yourself every day matter. They shape the way you see yourself, your potential, and your ability to overcome obstacles. By making positive affirmations a daily habit, you are actively taking control of your thoughts and training your mind to work for you rather than against you. It all starts with a simple choice: to speak to yourself with kindness, encouragement, and unwavering belief in your own strength. Chapter 2. Master the art of gratitude to shift your perspective. Negativity often takes root when we focus too much on what is missing from our lives, what we don't have, what went wrong, or what could go wrong. This habit of dwelling on the negative creates stress, anxiety, and dissatisfaction. But there is a simple yet powerful way to counteract this mindset: practicing gratitude. When you learn to focus on the good in your life, no matter how small, you begin to see the world through a different lens, one that is filled with abundance rather than lack. Gratitude shifts your perspective from what is wrong to what is right, helping you build a mindset of positivity and appreciation. Gratitude is not just about saying thank you when something good happens. It is a way of thinking that transforms how you experience life. When you make gratitude a daily practice, you train your mind to actively look for the positives in every situation, even in difficult times. This does not mean ignoring your struggles, but rather choosing to acknowledge the good that still exists despite them. You might be facing challenges at work, but you can still be grateful for the opportunities you have. You might be going through personal hardships, but you can still appreciate the support of friends and family. No matter what you are going through, there is always something to be grateful for. One of the most effective ways to cultivate gratitude is by keeping a gratitude journal. Every day, take a few minutes to write down 3 things you are grateful for. These can be simple things like a kind word from a stranger, a beautiful sunset, or the comfort of a warm bed at night. The key is to be consistent. When you make this a habit, your brain starts to focus more on the good around you rather than dwelling on what is lacking. Over time, this rewiring of your thought patterns leads to a more positive and content state of mind. Another powerful way to practice gratitude is by expressing it to others. Tell the people in your life how much you appreciate them. Thank your loved ones for their support. Acknowledge a co-worker's hard work, or simply smile and express appreciation to a cashier or service worker. Small acts of gratitude not only make others feel good, but also reinforce a positive mindset within you. The more you express gratitude, the more you attract positivity into your life. When you develop the habit of gratitude, you also become more resilient in the face of challenges. Instead of seeing setbacks as failures, you begin to recognize the lessons they bring. When difficulties arise, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Is there something positive hidden in this experience? This shift in thinking allows you to handle hardships with greater strength and a sense of hope. Gratitude is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it becomes. It has the power to change not only your thoughts, but also your emotions, your relationships, and your overall outlook on life. When you focus on what you have instead of what you lack, you feel more fulfilled, content, and at peace. No matter how challenging life gets, gratitude helps you stay grounded in the present and reminds you that there is always something beautiful to appreciate. Chapter 3. Cultivate mental resilience through mindful awareness. Your mind is constantly filled with thoughts, some positive, some negative, some helpful, and some destructive. Often, without realizing it, people let their thoughts control their emotions and actions. If you allow negative thoughts to dominate your mind, they can drain your energy, create stress, and make even small problems feel overwhelming. But if you train yourself to become aware of your thoughts and observe them without letting them control you, you develop mental resilience, the ability to stay calm and strong no matter what happens. Mindful awareness is the practice of paying attention to your thoughts, emotions, and surroundings in the present moment without judgment. Instead of getting lost in worries about the past or fears about the future, you learn to stay focused on the here and now. This awareness allows you to recognize when negative thoughts arise so that you can stop them before they take over your mind. The more you practice mindfulness, the better you become at managing stress, staying positive, and responding to life's challenges with clarity and wisdom. One of the best ways to cultivate mindful awareness is through meditation. Meditation does not mean sitting for hours in silence. It can be as simple as taking a few minutes each day to close your eyes, breathe deeply, and observe your thoughts without reacting to them. When you meditate regularly, you train your mind to slow down and become more aware of how your thoughts influence your emotions. Over time, you develop the ability to recognize negative thoughts as temporary and not let them control you. Another way to practice mindful awareness is to be fully present in your daily activities. Whether you are eating, walking, or having a conversation, focus completely on the moment. Pay attention to the sensations, sounds, and details around you. When you do this, you prevent your mind from wandering into stress, regrets, or worries, allowing you to experience life more fully and peacefully. Mindful awareness also helps you handle difficult emotions in a healthier way. Instead of reacting impulsively to anger, frustration, or sadness, you learn to pause and observe your emotions before responding. For example, if something upsets you, instead of immediately getting angry or stressed, take a deep breath and ask yourself, why am I feeling this way? Is my reaction helping me or making the situation worse? By practicing this level of self-awareness, you become more in control of your emotions rather than letting them control you. When you make mindful awareness a daily habit, you naturally become more resilient. You stop overreacting to small problems. You learn to let go of unnecessary worries, and you develop a greater sense of peace and balance. Life will always have challenges, but by training your mind to stay present and aware, you can handle them with strength, wisdom, and a calm mind. The more mindful you become, the more you realize that true happiness and positivity come not from external circumstances, but from within. Chapter 4. Protect your energy by setting mental boundaries. Your energy is one of your most valuable resources, yet it is often drained by external forces without you even realizing it. The people you interact with, the environment you surround yourself with, and the information you consume all have a direct impact on your emotional and mental well-being. If you don't actively protect your energy, negativity, stress, and unnecessary burdens will slowly creep into your life, leaving you exhausted, overwhelmed, and emotionally drained. That is why setting mental boundaries is crucial, not just to avoid negativity, but to preserve your inner peace, stay focused on your goals, and maintain a positive mindset. Mental boundaries are invisible lines that define what you allow into your mind, your emotions, and your personal space. Without clear boundaries, you may find yourself constantly absorbing other people's problems, feeling obligated to say yes to everything, or engaging in conversations and situations that leave you feeling drained and unfulfilled. The more you allow external negativity to seep into your life, the harder it becomes to maintain a positive and strong mindset. By setting firm mental boundaries, you take control over your own energy, allowing yourself to focus on what truly matters while filtering out what doesn't serve you. One of the most important aspects of setting mental boundaries is learning to say no without guilt. Many people struggle with this because they fear disappointing others or being seen as selfish. However, saying no is not about being rude or uncaring. It is about recognizing your own limits and respecting your own needs. Every time you say yes to something that drains you, you are saying no to something that could nourish you. Ask yourself, is this something that aligns with my well-being and priorities? If the answer is no, then setting a boundary is necessary. You don't owe anyone an explanation for prioritizing your mental health. Another key part of protecting your energy is limiting exposure to toxic people. Some individuals constantly complain, spread negativity, or drain your energy with their emotional baggage. While it is important to be compassionate and supportive, you must also recognize when a relationship is harming your well-being. You don't have to completely cut people out of your life, but you can create emotional distance. This might mean spending less time around them, choosing not to engage in negative conversations, or simply setting an internal boundary that prevents you from absorbing their negativity. Your mental health should never be sacrificed just to keep the peace. Just as toxic people can drain your energy, so can the media and content you consume. If your daily routine involves scrolling through social media filled with negativity, watching distressing news, or engaging with content that makes you feel anxious or inadequate, your mind will absorb that energy. You might not even realize how much this affects your thoughts, mood, and overall mindset. Protecting your energy means being mindful of what you expose yourself to. Be intentional about what you read, watch, and listen to. Choose content that uplifts, educates, and inspires you, instead of content that leaves you feeling stressed or drained. Your environment also plays a major role in your energy levels. Cluttered, chaotic spaces can create a sense of overwhelm, while peaceful, organized surroundings can make you feel more calm and in control. Take a moment to evaluate your environment. Does it support your well-being, or does it contribute to stress? Simple changes such as decluttering your space, adding calming elements like plants or soft lighting, and creating a designated space for relaxation can have a profound impact on your mental state. Your surroundings should be a reflection of the positive energy you want to cultivate within yourself. Another way to protect your energy is to set boundaries around your time. Time is one of the most precious resources you have, and if you are constantly giving it away to unimportant tasks or people who don't value it, you will quickly feel drained and unfulfilled. Be intentional about how you spend your time. Prioritize activities that bring you joy, fuel your passions, and support your personal growth. Learn to say no to unnecessary distractions and obligations that do not align with your goals. The more control you have over your time, the more energy you have for the things that truly matter. Protecting your energy is not about isolating yourself or avoiding responsibilities. It is about recognizing that your mental and emotional well-being are worth safeguarding. When you set strong mental boundaries, you create a life that is more peaceful, focused, and fulfilling. You no longer allow external negativity to dictate your emotions, and you take ownership of your own energy. With each boundary you set, you reinforce the belief that your well-being matters, and you strengthen your ability to maintain a positive and empowered mindset. Chapter 5. Transform challenges into opportunities for growth. Life is full of challenges, some expected, others arriving without warning. No matter how carefully you plan or how much effort you put into avoiding difficulties, obstacles will always appear. But what if instead of seeing challenges as roadblocks, you could see them as stepping stones to growth? The way you perceive and respond to adversity determines whether you will be defeated by it or strengthened by it. Every setback holds a lesson, every difficulty carries a hidden opportunity, and every failure is a chance to become wiser and more resilient. When faced with a challenge, the most natural reaction is often frustration, disappointment, or even fear. It's easy to feel overwhelmed when things don't go as planned. But challenges are not meant to break you, they are meant to shape you. They test your patience, resilience, and ability to adapt. Instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" shift your perspective and ask, "What can I learn from this? How can this situation make me stronger?" This small change in mindset allows you to take control of the situation rather than feeling powerless. Some of the most successful people in history did not reach greatness because they had an easy path. They became successful because they faced immense difficulties, learned from them, and used them as fuel for their growth. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb. Oprah Winfrey was told she was not fit for television before becoming one of the most influential media personalities in the world. J.K. Rowling was rejected by multiple publishers before Harry Potter became a global phenomenon. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is the ability to see challenges as temporary hurdles rather than permanent failures. One of the most powerful ways to transform challenges into opportunities for growth is by developing a mindset of resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, adapt to difficult circumstances, and keep moving forward despite obstacles. It is not about ignoring your struggles or pretending that difficulties don't exist. It is about recognizing that no matter how tough the situation is, you have the power to rise above it. Challenges are like weights in a gym. The more you face and overcome them, the stronger you become. A practical way to build resilience is by focusing on solutions rather than problems. When confronted with a challenge, many people get stuck in a cycle of complaining, worrying, or overanalyzing what went wrong. While it's natural to feel frustrated, staying in that mindset won't change the situation. Instead, shift your focus to finding solutions. Ask yourself, what actions can I take to improve this situation? What steps can I take to move forward? The moment you start looking for solutions instead of dwelling on the problem, you take back control and put yourself on the path to overcoming it. Another important aspect of transforming challenges into opportunities is embracing failure as a learning experience. Society often teaches us that failure is something to be ashamed of, but in reality, failure is one of the greatest teachers. Every mistake you make provides valuable insights into what doesn't work, allowing you to refine your approach and try again with more wisdom. Instead of fearing failure, embrace it as a necessary part of growth. The more you fail and learn, the closer you get to success. Developing a growth mindset is also essential in overcoming challenges. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed through effort and perseverance. People with a fixed mindset believe that they are either good at something or they are not, and they tend to avoid challenges that might expose their weaknesses. In contrast, those with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to improve and expand their skills. They understand that struggles are temporary and that persistence leads to progress. By adopting a growth mindset, you train yourself to see every difficulty as a chance to become better. It is also important to surround yourself with the right influences when facing challenges. The people you listen to, the content you consume, and the environment you are in all shape the way you perceive difficulties. If you constantly engage with negativity, you will find it harder to stay optimistic during tough times. But if you surround yourself with positive, solution-oriented people and inspiring material, you will feel more motivated to push through difficulties. Seek out books, podcasts, and mentors that encourage you to embrace challenges rather than avoid them. Another way to transform challenges into growth is by practicing self-reflection. After going through a tough experience, take time to reflect on what you learned from it. What strengths did you discover in yourself? What would you do differently next time? How did the challenge help you grow as a person? Reflection allows you to extract valuable lessons from every experience so that you can apply them in the future. The more you reflect, the more you realize that challenges are not setbacks. They are setups for something greater. Remember that the toughest moments in life often lead to the greatest transformations. Many people look back on their hardest experiences and realize that those were the moments that shaped them into who they are today. Hardships build character, increase emotional intelligence, and teach resilience. When you go through something difficult, remind yourself that it is preparing you for something greater. Trust that the challenges you face today are strengthening you for the opportunities of tomorrow. Challenges are inevitable, but how you respond to them is entirely up to you. You can allow them to break you, or you can use them to build you. By changing your perspective, developing resilience, focusing on solutions, embracing failure as a learning experience, and surrounding yourself with the right influences, you can turn every challenge into an opportunity for growth. No matter what obstacles come your way, always remember that within every difficulty lies the seed of personal transformation. Chapter 6. Fuel your mind with uplifting and inspiring content. Your mind is like a garden. What you plant in it and how you nurture it determines what grows. If you constantly fill your mind with negativity, fear, and doubt, those thoughts will take root and shape your perspective on life. However, if you choose to nourish your mind with positivity, wisdom, and inspiration, you create a mindset that is strong, optimistic, and ready to overcome any challenge. The content you consume every day, whether it's books, videos, social media, conversations, or news, directly influences your thoughts, emotions, and overall outlook on life. That is why it is essential to be intentional about what you allow into your mind. Many people underestimate how much external influences shape their internal world. Watching negative news all day, scrolling through social media filled with drama, or surrounding yourself with people who constantly complain can drain your energy and fill your mind with pessimism. Without realizing it, you might start feeling more anxious, discouraged, or dissatisfied with your own life simply because of the negativity you're absorbing. Just like an unhealthy diet affects your physical health, an unhealthy mental diet can weaken your ability to stay positive and motivated. To fuel your mind with uplifting and inspiring content, start by being mindful of the media you consume. Instead of filling your day with negative news, choose to listen to podcasts, watch videos, or read books that inspire and motivate you. If you spend time on social media, follow pages that share positive messages, personal growth content, or success stories, rather than those that spread fear, gossip, or negativity. What you expose yourself to daily has a profound impact on your subconscious mind, so make sure you are feeding it with content that uplifts rather than drains you. Books are one of the most powerful ways to nurture a positive mindset. Reading the right books can give you new perspectives, expand your thinking, and provide valuable wisdom that helps you navigate life's challenges. Whether it's books on personal development, biographies of successful people, or spiritual teachings, immersing yourself in uplifting literature can help rewire your mind for success and fulfillment. If you struggle to find time to read, consider listening to audiobooks while driving, working out, or doing household chores. Even just 10 to 15 minutes a day of consuming positive material can make a significant difference over time. Another great way to fuel your mind with inspiration is by listening to motivational speakers and thought leaders. In today's digital age, you have access to an endless supply of motivational talks, TEDx speeches, and expert discussions on personal growth, resilience, and success. Listening to these voices regularly can help reinforce a mindset of confidence, determination, and hope. When you start your day with motivational content, it sets the tone for a productive and positive mindset throughout the day. The people you interact with daily also play a huge role in shaping your mental state. Surrounding yourself with positive, uplifting individuals who encourage and inspire you can have a profound impact on your well-being. If you spend most of your time around negative people who complain, doubt, or discourage you, their mindset will slowly influence yours. On the other hand, if you surround yourself with people who believe in possibilities, discuss ideas, and uplift others, you will naturally adopt a more optimistic and empowered mindset. Be intentional about your social circle. Spend more time with those who inspire you and less time with those who drain your energy. Music can also be a powerful source of mental fuel. The lyrics you listen to, the rhythms you absorb, and the emotions music evokes all contribute to your mental and emotional state. Listening to uplifting, empowering music can help boost your mood and motivation, while music with negative, aggressive, or sad themes can reinforce a pessimistic mindset. Create playlists that make you feel energized, happy, and inspired, and use music as a tool to elevate your emotions and mental state. Another way to fuel your mind with positivity is by practicing gratitude and affirmations. Starting and ending your day by reflecting on what you are grateful for helps shift your focus toward the good in your life rather than what is lacking. Writing down positive affirmations or speaking them out loud reinforces empowering beliefs that shape your self-confidence and outlook on life. When you actively engage in these practices, you train your brain to focus on positivity, which helps counteract any negativity you may be exposed to. Being mindful of your environment is also key to maintaining a positive mindset. Your surroundings, whether it's your home, workspace, or social settings, affect your energy and thoughts. Creating a space that feels calming, inspiring, and organized can help reduce stress and boost mental clarity. Simple things like having motivational quotes on your walls, keeping your space clean, or surrounding yourself with objects that bring joy can make a significant difference in your mental well-being. One of the most important things to remember is that fueling your mind with uplifting and inspiring content is not just a one-time effort, it is a lifelong habit. Just like you need to nourish your body daily with healthy food, your mind also needs continuous nourishment with positive influences. The more you engage with inspiring content, surround yourself with positivity, and actively choose what you allow into your thoughts, the stronger and more resilient your mindset will become. Life will always have challenges, but the content you consume determines how you respond to them. By being intentional about what you feed your mind, you create a mental environment that supports growth, happiness, and success. Choose to fuel your mind with wisdom, inspiration, and positivity, and watch how your perspective on life transforms for the better. Chapter 7. Choose positivity as a daily commitment, not a temporary fix. Staying positive is not something that happens by accident, nor is it a one-time decision. It is a daily commitment, a habit that must be nurtured and strengthened over time. Many people think that positivity is simply about feeling good when things are going well, but true positivity is about maintaining a strong, hopeful, and resilient mindset even when life gets difficult. It is a conscious choice you make every single day, not just when circumstances are in your favor. When you treat positivity as a lifestyle rather than a quick fix, you create a lasting sense of peace, joy, and fulfillment, regardless of external conditions. It is easy to be positive when everything is going smoothly, but what happens when you face setbacks, disappointments, or stress? This is where the real test begins. Many people fall into the trap of only practicing positivity when it is convenient, when they receive good news, when things go their way, or when they feel motivated. However, the true power of positivity is not in how you react to good times, but in how you navigate the tough ones. Positivity is about choosing to find hope, even in the midst of uncertainty, seeking solutions instead of dwelling on problems, and believing in a better future, even when the present is challenging. One of the most important things to understand about positivity is that it is not about ignoring reality or pretending that hardships don't exist. It is not about suppressing your emotions or forcing yourself to be happy all the time. Instead, it is about developing the ability to focus on what you can control, letting go of what you cannot, and approaching life's difficulties with a mindset that allows you to grow rather than crumble under pressure. Positivity does not mean denying your struggles. It means facing them with strength, courage, and an unshakable belief that you will overcome them. To make positivity a daily commitment, you must first become aware of your thoughts. Your thoughts shape your reality, and the way you think determines how you feel and act. If you constantly engage in negative self-talk, worry excessively, or dwell on what's wrong in your life, you will naturally feel overwhelmed, discouraged, and stuck. But when you train yourself to recognize negative thoughts and replace them with empowering ones, you gradually shift your mindset towards optimism and resilience. Instead of saying, "I can't do this," say, "I am learning and improving every day." Instead of thinking, "Nothing ever works out for me," remind yourself, "Every challenge I face makes me stronger." The words you tell yourself daily create the foundation for your mental and emotional state. Another key aspect of choosing positivity every day is focusing on the present moment. Many people live in a constant state of stress because they are either stuck in the past, replaying old mistakes and regrets, or anxious about the future, worrying about things that may never happen. When you train yourself to stay present, you free yourself from unnecessary mental burdens and allow yourself to fully experience and appreciate life as it is happening. Practicing mindfulness, whether through meditation, deep breathing, or simply paying attention to your surroundings, can help you stay grounded and prevent negative thoughts from taking over. Gratitude is another essential habit for maintaining positivity. When you make it a daily practice to acknowledge the good in your life, you shift your focus away from what is lacking and towards what is abundant. Even in the most challenging times, there is always something to be grateful for: the kindness of a friend, the lessons you've learned, the fact that you have the ability to start fresh each day. Keeping a gratitude journal, where you write down at least 3 things you are thankful for every day, is a simple but powerful way to reinforce a positive mindset. The more you appreciate what you have, the more your mind will naturally gravitate towards positivity. Your environment and the people you surround yourself with also play a significant role in your ability to maintain a positive outlook. If you are constantly exposed to negativity, whether it's through social media, news, or toxic relationships, it will be much harder to stay optimistic. Be mindful of who and what you allow into your mental space. Seek out people who uplift and inspire you, consume content that educates and empowers you, and engage in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment. Your surroundings shape your mindset, so create an environment that supports your commitment to positivity. Taking care of your physical health is just as important as taking care of your mental state. Your body and mind are deeply connected, and neglecting one will affect the other. Regular exercise, proper nutrition, and enough rest are essential for maintaining energy, mental clarity, and emotional balance. Movement, whether through yoga, walking, dancing, or any form of physical activity, helps release stress and boost your mood. Eating nourishing foods fuels your body and brain, making it easier to stay focused and optimistic. Prioritizing rest and relaxation prevents burnout and allows you to show up as your best self every day. Another way to strengthen your commitment to positivity is by setting meaningful goals. Having a sense of purpose and direction gives you something to look forward to and work towards. Goals provide motivation and remind you that your efforts matter. However, it is important to set goals that align with your values and passions rather than goals based on external validation. Whether it is personal growth, career advancement, improving relationships, or learning a new skill. Having goals that excite and inspire you will keep you engaged and hopeful about the future. Life is unpredictable, and there will be days when negativity creeps in despite your best efforts. That's okay. The goal is not to be positive 100% of the time, but to develop the ability to return to a positive state more quickly after setbacks. When you experience difficult emotions, allow yourself to feel them, but don't stay stuck in them. Remind yourself that challenges are temporary and that your mindset determines how you experience them. Positivity is not about waiting for the perfect circumstances to be happy. It is about choosing happiness despite imperfections. It is about making a conscious decision every day to focus on what is good, what is possible, and what is within your control. The more you practice positivity, the more natural it becomes, and the more it transforms your life in ways you never imagined. Choose positivity, not as a temporary fix, but as a lifelong commitment. It is one of the most powerful decisions you can make, and it has the potential to change everything. Chapter 8. Master the art of grateful presence in every interaction. In our fast-paced, constantly distracted world, truly being present in the moment has become a rare skill. Too often, people are physically present in conversations, but mentally elsewhere, thinking about the past, worrying about the future, or scrolling through their phones. When you are not fully engaged, you miss out on the beauty of the present moment, the depth of human connection, and the richness of life itself. Learning to master the art of grateful presence, being fully aware, engaged and appreciative in every interaction, can transform your relationships, boost your happiness, and deepen your sense of fulfillment. Being present is not just about paying attention. It is about immersing yourself in the moment with gratitude. Whether you are talking to a loved one, enjoying a meal, or simply observing the world around you, choosing to be fully present allows you to experience life in its truest form. When you are genuinely engaged in a conversation, you truly hear what the other person is saying, rather than just waiting for your turn to speak. When you savor a meal with gratitude, you appreciate the flavors, the effort that went into preparing it, and the nourishment it provides. When you walk outside and take in the sounds, smells, and sights, you connect with the world on a deeper level. One of the biggest obstacles to presence is the mind's tendency to wander. The mind loves to dwell on the past, rehashing mistakes, reliving old conversations, or replaying regrets. It also constantly jumps to the future, worrying about what might go wrong, planning for what's next, or imagining scenarios that may never happen. While reflection and planning have their place, living too much in the past or future prevents you from fully experiencing the now. The present moment is the only moment that truly exists, and when you learn to embrace it with gratitude, your life becomes richer and more meaningful. To practice grateful presence, start by being intentional in your interactions. When you are speaking with someone, give them your full attention. Put away distractions, maintain eye contact, and listen deeply, not just to respond, but to understand. Acknowledge the value of the moment you are sharing. Every conversation is an opportunity to connect, to learn, or to bring joy to another person. By being fully present, you not only enhance your own experience, but also make the other person feel seen, heard, and appreciated. Another powerful way to cultivate grateful presence is through mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of fully engaging with the present moment without judgment. You can practice mindfulness in anything you do. Whether you are drinking a cup of tea, feeling the warmth of the sun on your skin, or even washing dishes. Instead of rushing through tasks on autopilot, slow down and notice the details. Pay attention to the sensations, the sounds, the emotions that arise. When you approach each moment with awareness and gratitude, even the simplest activities can become sources of joy and peace. Technology is one of the biggest distractions from presence, and learning to set boundaries with it can help you stay more engaged with life. Instead of constantly checking your phone, scrolling through social media, or responding to notifications, designate specific times to unplug. Create moments in your day where you disconnect from screens and reconnect with yourself and the world around you. Spend time in nature, engage in face-to-face conversations, or simply sit in stillness without digital interference. The more you detach from constant digital distractions, the easier it becomes to be fully present in real life. Grateful presence also extends to the way you view challenges and difficulties. Instead of resisting what is happening or wishing things were different, accept the moment as it is and find something to appreciate within it. If you are stuck in traffic, instead of becoming frustrated, use that time to reflect, breathe deeply, or enjoy a song. If you are having a difficult conversation, instead of reacting emotionally, practice patience and presence, and try to understand the other person's perspective. When you shift from resistance to gratitude, you begin to see every moment, even the challenging ones, as an opportunity for growth and learning. One of the greatest benefits of practicing grateful presence is that it reduces stress and anxiety. Much of the stress people experience comes from either regretting the past or fearing the future. But when you anchor yourself in the present moment and appreciate it for what it is, you free yourself from unnecessary mental suffering. The present moment is rarely as bad as our thoughts make it out to be. When you fully engage with it, you realize that even in the most ordinary moments, there is something to be grateful for. A helpful practice to strengthen grateful presence is to do a gratitude check-in throughout the day. Pause for a moment and ask yourself, what is something I can appreciate right now? It could be the kindness of a stranger, the comfort of your surroundings, the opportunity to learn something new, or simply the fact that you are alive. Making this a habit trains your brain to focus on the positive aspects of your experience rather than what is missing or imperfect. Relationships also flourish when you bring grateful presence into them. When you appreciate the time you spend with loved ones and are fully present with them, your connections become deeper and more meaningful. Instead of taking people for granted, you cherish their presence and express gratitude for their role in your life. A heartfelt compliment, a sincere thank you, or simply being fully engaged in a conversation can make a profound difference in the quality of your relationships. Another way to practice grateful presence is by incorporating meditation or breathing exercises into your daily routine. Even just a few minutes of focused breathing can bring your attention back to the present and help you cultivate a sense of peace. When you feel overwhelmed, take a deep breath, focus on the sensations in your body, and remind yourself that this moment is all that truly exists. The more you practice, the easier it becomes to return to a state of presence whenever distractions or stress arise. Mastering the art of grateful presence requires commitment, but the rewards are life-changing. When you live with full awareness and appreciation, you experience life in a deeper, more fulfilling way. You become less reactive, more patient, and more attuned to the beauty that exists in every moment. Instead of waiting for extraordinary moments to bring happiness, you learn to find joy in the simple, everyday experiences that make up your life. Grateful presence is about choosing to show up fully for your life, moment by moment, interaction by interaction. It is about valuing the time you have, the people around you, and the experiences you are given. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes, and the more you realize that happiness is not found in the future or in external achievements. It is found in being fully alive, right here, right now. Chapter 9. Strengthen your inner peace by letting go of what you can't control. One of the biggest sources of stress, frustration, and negativity in life comes from trying to control things that are beyond our power, whether it's the opinions of others, unexpected setbacks, past mistakes, or the uncertainty of the future. Many people waste enormous amounts of mental and emotional energy worrying about things they cannot change. This constant struggle leads to anxiety, disappointment, and a sense of helplessness. However, the moment you learn to let go of what you can't control, you free yourself from unnecessary suffering and open the door to true inner peace. Letting go does not mean giving up or being indifferent to life. It means recognizing the difference between what is within your power and what is not, and choosing to focus your energy on what you can influence. It means accepting that some things are simply out of your hands and trusting that life will unfold as it is meant to. Instead of resisting reality and exhausting yourself by trying to force outcomes, you learn to surrender to the flow of life with a sense of calm and trust. Many people hold on tightly to expectations about how things should be, how people should behave, or how life should unfold. When reality does not match these expectations, they feel frustrated, disappointed, or even betrayed. But the truth is, life is unpredictable. No matter how much you plan or prepare, there will always be unexpected twists and turns. The key to maintaining inner peace is learning to be flexible, to adapt, and to accept what is instead of constantly wishing things were different. One of the hardest things to let go of is the past. Many people spend years carrying the weight of old mistakes, regrets, and painful experiences. They replay past events in their minds, wishing they had made different choices or that things had turned out another way. But the past cannot be changed. It exists only in memory. Holding on to it only robs you of the present moment. Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, ask yourself, what did I learn from this? How can I use this experience to grow? When you shift from regret to learning, you transform your past into wisdom rather than a burden. Another major source of stress is trying to control how other people think, feel, or behave. It's natural to want others to understand you, agree with you, or act in ways that align with your expectations. But people are independent beings with their own thoughts, emotions, and choices. No matter how much you try, you cannot control how others respond or what they think of you. Instead of wasting energy trying to change people, focus on being the best version of yourself. Live in alignment with your values, treat others with kindness and respect, and let go of the need to control how they perceive you. The moment you stop seeking validation from others, you reclaim your personal power. Fear of the future is another area where people often struggle with control. Uncertainty can be scary, whether it's about your career, relationships, health, or financial security. The mind loves to create worst-case scenarios, making you feel anxious about things that haven't even happened yet. But no amount of worrying will change the future. Instead of trying to predict or control everything, focus on preparing yourself to handle whatever comes your way. Trust that you are capable of adapting, problem-solving, and making the best of any situation. When you shift from fear to faith, whether in yourself, in life, or in a higher power, you release unnecessary stress and find peace in the unknown. One of the most powerful ways to let go is through mindfulness. Mindfulness teaches you to stay in the present moment, rather than being trapped in regrets about the past or worries about the future. When you practice mindfulness, you learn to observe your thoughts and emotions without being consumed by them. For example, when you notice yourself feeling anxious about something outside of your control, take a deep breath and remind yourself, I release what I cannot change and focus on what I can. Simple practices like deep breathing, meditation, or journaling can help you cultivate a mindset of acceptance and peace. Another helpful technique for letting go is practicing self-compassion. Many people are their own harshest critics, constantly judging themselves for past mistakes or perceived failures. But self-blame does not change the past. It only deepens your suffering. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. Remind yourself that you are human, that mistakes are part of growth, and that you deserve forgiveness, especially from yourself. Letting go of self-judgment allows you to move forward with greater confidence and self-acceptance. Your environment can also play a significant role in your ability to let go. Surrounding yourself with constant reminders of the past, whether it's old belongings, toxic relationships, or environments that bring back painful memories, can keep you stuck in a cycle of attachment. Consider decluttering your space, both physically and emotionally. Let go of objects, habits, and even people that no longer serve your growth. By creating a space that reflects the person you are becoming rather than the person you were, you make room for new opportunities and fresh energy in your life. Another important aspect of letting go is learning to release emotional baggage. Many people hold on to resentment, anger, or disappointment towards others, believing that doing so protects them from being hurt again. But holding on to resentment does not punish the person who wronged you. It only poisons your own peace. Forgiveness is not about excusing bad behavior or allowing yourself to be mistreated. It is about freeing yourself from the emotional burden of the past. When you forgive, you do not erase the past, but you release its control over you. Letting go also applies to perfectionism. Many people place unrealistic expectations on themselves, believing that they must always have everything figured out, make no mistakes, and never fall short. But perfection is an illusion. It is an impossible standard that only leads to frustration and self-doubt. Embrace the idea that growth is a process and that you are allowed to learn, evolve, and improve over time. When you let go of the need to be perfect, you allow yourself to experience life with more freedom, creativity, and joy. Letting go is an act of liberation. It frees you from the chains of the past, the stress of the future, and the burden of trying to control everything around you. It does not mean you stop caring. It means you start caring about the right things. It means you choose peace over resistance, trust over fear, and presence over worry. The more you practice letting go, the lighter you feel, and the more space you create for happiness, growth, and fulfillment in your life. When you surrender control and focus on what you can influence, your actions, your mindset, your attitude, you step into your personal power. Life becomes less about battling against what you cannot change and more about flowing with what is. And in that flow, you find the peace, strength, and positivity that allow you to truly thrive. Chapter 10. Build a life rooted in positivity and purpose. Positivity is not just a temporary state of mind, it is a way of living. It is the foundation upon which you build a meaningful, fulfilling life. When you make positivity a conscious choice every day, it influences your thoughts, your actions, and the direction of your life. But positivity alone is not enough. It must be paired with purpose. A life without purpose, no matter how positive, can feel empty and directionless. Purpose gives meaning to your efforts, drives you forward, and provides a deeper sense of fulfillment. When you combine positivity with purpose, you create a life that is not only happy, but also deeply meaningful. Building a life rooted in positivity and purpose starts with self-awareness. You must take the time to reflect on who you are, what truly matters to you, and what kind of life you want to create. Many people go through life following routines, expectations, and obligations without ever questioning if they align with their true selves. But living with purpose requires you to be intentional, to actively choose your path instead of drifting through life. Ask yourself, what brings me joy? What am I passionate about? What impact do I want to have on the world? The answers to these questions will guide you toward a life that feels fulfilling and authentic. One of the biggest obstacles to living a purposeful and positive life is fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of stepping outside of your comfort zone. Fear keeps many people stuck in situations that do not serve them, preventing them from pursuing their true potential. However, fear is only as powerful as the attention you give it. When you learn to acknowledge fear without letting it control you, you open yourself up to new opportunities and possibilities. Every great achievement, every meaningful change, and every successful person has had to face fear and move forward anyway. You do not need to be fearless. You only need to be willing to take action despite fear. A life of positivity and purpose also requires resilience. Challenges will come, setbacks will happen, and not everything will go as planned. But the way you respond to these obstacles determines whether they break you or strengthen you. Instead of seeing difficulties as reasons to give up, view them as opportunities to learn and grow. Every hardship you overcome adds to your wisdom, experience, and inner strength. Resilience is not about avoiding struggles. It is about developing the mindset and tools to handle them with confidence and grace. One of the most powerful ways to build a life rooted in positivity is to develop daily habits that support your mental and emotional well-being. The small things you do every day shape the person you become. Start your mornings with a positive routine, whether it's practicing gratitude, setting intentions, reading something inspiring, or engaging in meditation or exercise. Throughout the day, surround yourself with uplifting people, consume content that inspires you, and engage in activities that bring you joy. At the end of the day, reflect on what went well, acknowledge your progress, and prepare yourself for a better tomorrow. These small but consistent habits create the foundation for a life filled with positivity. Another important part of living with purpose is contribution. True fulfillment comes not just from what you achieve for yourself, but from how you impact others. Helping others, sharing your knowledge, offering kindness, and making a difference in someone's life adds depth and meaning to your own existence. You don't need to change the whole world. Sometimes, a simple act of kindness, a word of encouragement, or being there for someone in need can create a ripple effect that extends far beyond what you can see. When you give, you not only uplift others, but also deepen your own sense of purpose. Finding and following your purpose does not mean you need to have everything figured out right away. Purpose evolves over time, and sometimes it is discovered through exploration and trial and error. The key is to stay curious, open, and willing to try new things. If you feel lost or uncertain about your direction, start by doing things that interest you, that make you feel alive, and that bring you a sense of fulfillment. Over time, as you explore different paths, your purpose will become clearer. Living a life of positivity and purpose also requires balance. Many people get so caught up in chasing success, achievements, or external validation that they forget to enjoy life. While ambition and goals are important, they should not come at the cost of your happiness and well-being. Take time to rest, to connect with loved ones, and to appreciate the present moment. Life is not just about reaching a destination. It is about enjoying the journey along the way. Letting go of negativity is also crucial in maintaining a life of positivity and purpose. Holding on to grudges, past failures, or toxic relationships only drains your energy and holds you back from living fully. Make it a habit to release what no longer serves you. Forgive yourself and others, let go of unrealistic expectations, and focus on what truly matters. The more you clear out negativity, the more space you create for growth, joy, and new opportunities. Your mindset plays a major role in shaping your life. When you train your mind to focus on possibilities rather than limitations, on gratitude rather than complaints, and on progress rather than perfection, you create a life that is filled with optimism and hope. Positivity is not about ignoring reality. It is about choosing to see the good even in difficult situations and believing that better things are always possible. As you continue on your journey, remember that every day is a new opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become a better version of yourself. Do not wait for the perfect moment to start living with purpose. Begin now, with what you have and where you are. Every small step you take in the right direction brings you closer to the life you envision. A life rooted in positivity and purpose is not about having a perfect, problem-free existence. It is about developing the mindset, habits, and resilience to navigate life's challenges while staying true to your values and dreams. It is about embracing each day with gratitude, learning from every experience, and making a meaningful impact on the world in your own unique way. Choose to live intentionally. Choose to focus on what uplifts and empowers you. Choose to pursue a life that aligns with your purpose and values. When you do, you will not only experience more happiness and fulfillment, but also inspire those around you to do the same. Chapter 11. Turn positivity into a lifelong practice, not just a temporary fix. Positivity is not something you practice once and then forget about. It is not a short-term solution to difficult times or a quick fix to feel better temporarily. Instead, it is a lifelong commitment, a way of thinking and living that needs to be reinforced every day. Many people seek positivity only when they are going through tough situations, when they need comfort, motivation, or hope. But true positivity is not just about finding light in the darkness. It is about creating a mindset that carries you through every season of life, both the highs and the lows. The key to lasting positivity is to make it a daily practice, something that becomes so deeply ingrained in your thinking that it becomes second nature. The mistake many people make is believing that positivity will just come naturally if they read the right books, watch the right videos, or listen to the right speakers. While external sources of inspiration can help, positivity is something that must be actively cultivated from within. It is a muscle that needs to be exercised regularly in order to grow stronger. Just like physical fitness, mental and emotional fitness require consistent effort. If you go to the gym once a month, you won't see significant results. The same applies to your mindset. If you only practice positivity occasionally, it won't become a permanent part of your life. One of the best ways to turn positivity into a lifelong practice is to develop daily rituals that reinforce it. Start your morning with a positive habit, whether it is practicing gratitude, reading something inspiring, journaling, meditating, or setting intentions for the day. How you begin your day sets the tone for everything that follows. If you wake up and immediately start scrolling through negative news or worrying about problems, you are programming your mind for stress and anxiety. But if you start with a positive mindset, you are setting yourself up for a day filled with optimism and resilience. Throughout the day, be mindful of your thoughts. Negative thoughts will still arise. It's natural. But instead of letting them take over, practice catching them and shifting your focus. For example, if you find yourself thinking, "I'll never succeed at this," replace it with, "I may struggle, but I am learning and improving every day." If you catch yourself complaining, pause and find something to appreciate instead. These small shifts in thinking may seem insignificant, but over time they rewire your brain for positivity. Surrounding yourself with positivity is also essential. The people you interact with, the conversations you engage in, and the content you consume all influence your mindset. If you spend time around negative, toxic individuals who constantly complain and criticize, their negativity will affect you. But if you surround yourself with uplifting, growth-minded people who inspire and encourage you, you will naturally adopt a more positive outlook. Be intentional about your environment. Choose books, podcasts, videos, and social media that uplift and empower you rather than drain your energy. Another key aspect of maintaining a positive mindset long-term is learning how to handle challenges with resilience. Many people think positivity means always feeling happy or avoiding problems, but that is not true. Positivity does not mean ignoring difficulties or pretending everything is perfect. It means facing challenges with a constructive mindset, looking for solutions instead of dwelling on problems, and believing in your ability to overcome obstacles. When setbacks occur, instead of seeing them as failures, view them as learning experiences. Every challenge carries a lesson, and every difficulty is an opportunity for growth. Practicing self-care is another crucial part of maintaining positivity. Your mental and emotional well-being are deeply connected to your physical health. If you neglect your body, constantly exhaust yourself, or ignore your basic needs, maintaining a positive mindset becomes much harder. Prioritize sleep, exercise, nutrition, and relaxation. Taking care of your body gives you the energy and clarity to approach life with optimism. Remember, self-care is not selfish. It is necessary for sustaining long-term positivity and well-being. Letting go of perfectionism is also important in turning positivity into a lifelong practice. Many people put too much pressure on themselves to always be productive, successful, or in control. When things don't go as planned, they become frustrated or feel like they have failed. But life is unpredictable and no one is perfect. Instead of striving for perfection, focus on progress. Instead of expecting everything to go smoothly, embrace life's uncertainties with curiosity and openness. The more you let go of unrealistic expectations, the more you allow yourself to enjoy life as it is, rather than how you think it should be. Another way to reinforce long-term positivity is to practice kindness and generosity. When you help others, whether through small acts of kindness, encouragement, or service, it not only benefits them, but also strengthens your own sense of fulfillment and purpose. Kindness is contagious. The more you spread it, the more it comes back to you. Being a source of positivity for others reinforces it in your own life and creates a ripple effect that can make the world a better place. Having a strong sense of purpose is also essential for sustaining positivity. When you have a clear sense of why you are doing what you do, whether it's in your career, relationships, or personal growth, you are more likely to stay motivated and focused. Purpose gives you direction and helps you navigate challenges with determination rather than frustration. If you are unsure of your purpose, take time to explore what excites you, what makes you feel alive, and what impact you want to have on the world. The more connected you are to a meaningful purpose, the easier it becomes to maintain a positive mindset. Remember that turning positivity into a lifelong practice is a journey, not a destination. There will be days when you feel discouraged, frustrated, or overwhelmed. That's okay. The goal is not to be positive 100% of the time, but to develop the ability to shift back into a positive mindset when negativity arises. Positivity is not about suppressing emotions or ignoring hardships. It is about building the mental resilience to navigate them with hope and strength. Every single day is an opportunity to reinforce positivity in your life. It is in the small choices you make, the way you speak to yourself, the way you treat others, and the way you handle challenges. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Over time, positivity will no longer be something you have to try to maintain. It will simply be a part of who you are. Commit to this practice. Make positivity a lifelong habit, not just a temporary fix, and watch how it transforms your life in ways you never imagined. Positivity is more than just a mindset. It is a way of living, a daily commitment to seeing the best in yourself, in others, and in the world around you. Throughout this book, you have explored the many ways in which positivity can transform your thoughts, emotions, and actions, helping you navigate life's challenges with strength, grace, and resilience. But the true power of positivity does not come from reading about it. It comes from putting these lessons into practice every single day. You have learned how the words you speak to yourself shape your reality. By reprogramming your mind with daily affirmations, you create a self-image that is confident, capable, and empowered. You have discovered how gratitude shifts your perspective, allowing you to focus on what you have rather than what is missing. You now understand that resilience is built through mindfulness, letting go of what you cannot control, and embracing life's uncertainties with courage rather than fear. Setting mental boundaries and protecting your energy ensures that negativity does not drain your spirit, allowing you to stay focused on what truly matters. You have also seen how challenges are not roadblocks, but opportunities for growth, and that every setback carries a lesson that can make you stronger. By fueling your mind with uplifting and inspiring content, you reinforce a mindset that supports long-term success and fulfillment. But the true key to lasting positivity lies in commitment. Positivity is not something you practice only when life is easy or when things are going well. It is a lifelong discipline that requires patience, consistency, and effort. Some days will be harder than others. There will be moments when negativity tries to creep in, when doubt whispers in your ear, and when obstacles seem too big to overcome. But this is where your true power lies, the ability to choose positivity even when it is difficult. You now understand that positivity is not about ignoring reality or pretending that problems do not exist. It is about choosing to respond to life's difficulties with a mindset that empowers you rather than weakens you. It is about seeing the beauty in small moments, finding gratitude in the ordinary, and believing that even the toughest challenges can lead to something greater. As you move forward, remember that positivity is not just about improving your own life. It is about being a source of light and inspiration for others. The energy you bring into the world affects everyone around you. When you choose to live with kindness, optimism, and purpose, you create a ripple effect that spreads far beyond what you can see. Every smile you share, every word of encouragement you give, and every act of kindness you show contributes to a world that is more compassionate, hopeful, and strong. So make the decision today, not just to think positively, but to live positively, to wake up each day with intention, to approach every situation with gratitude, and to face every challenge with confidence. The journey will not always be easy, but it will always be worth it. You have the power to shape your own life. You have the ability to transform your mindset, to overcome negativity, and to create a future filled with joy, success, and fulfillment. The choice is yours. Choose positivity. Choose growth. Choose to live a life that is not just good, but truly extraordinary.